Hello, everybody. Businesses have changed. In fact, you can't think of one industry that hasn't changed. But in many ways, unions haven't. Fundamentally, the business community has embraced globalization, low-wage jobs, rising productivity, and they've done this in a way to remain relevant. Unions have not adapted to these growing trends. Unions must change, and if they don't, their relevance and membership will continue to decline. All is not lost, though. There's numerous strategies that unions can undertake that will make them reemerge to a powerful force to not only the organizations they serve, not only the members they serve, but certainly the global community that they hope to serve in the future. What can they do? First is that they have to raise the knowledge and skills of union workers. This doesn't mean that union workers don't have a high level of knowledge and skills. But what it means is that unions really should be devoting great amounts of their monies to union shops, union trainings, unions education, where when you mention the word of a union worker, the first thing that comes to mind is somebody that is the best. One of the problems with unions over the years is that the costs of a union worker are much higher than a non-union worker, anywhere from 30 to 40%. And in order to employ a union worker, a firm has to have much higher productivity. In other words, those workers must produce more because they cost more. And if you use the same machine or same equipment, you often don't produce more, but you have a rising cost for employees. This is one of the main reasons that the number of union members has continued to decline. They just can't afford it. So if you raise the knowledge and skills of your union workers, you can often raise their productivity, their value, and therefore, even when they're paid more, you'll have the value in the organization for what they pay. It's an important component. Second is just as important, which is to temper their demands for rising pay and benefits. We understand that everyone wants to get paid more. I certainly do, and the people that we work for want to get paid more as well. But what's important is that we have a pay structure that's similar to the environment that you work. So if you work in Mexico, the United States, or China, the pay structure should be similar. In the United States, the pay structure for union workers is much higher, as I mentioned, 30 to 40% higher. And so unions today should temper the demands for rising pay and benefits as best they can. Third, as someone who's worked with unions for 20 years, and also on behalf of management during that time, what often doesn't occur is that decisions are made for the best of the organization. Instead, they're made for the best of management, for the best of unions. Instead, what we should be doing is all decisions should be based on what is best for the organization. The organization is a living entity that should last, even far beyond employees and management. So union leaders must do their part as well to ensure that decisions that are made are for the best of the organization, even if it's to the detriment of some of its members. Unions have a long history of supporting those employees, union members, that are not productive or that should be terminated. They do so because those members pay dues to the organization. They expect the organization to meet their needs, no matter if they deserve it or not. That should change. Union membership shouldn't just be based on what you pay to the organization, also the worth that you bring to the organization as well. And in this case, the organization is the union itself. So in those occasions where you should not employ employees who do not do their job, unions should be supportive of that. Last is that unions should promote technology. It may sound counterproductive after what I've just said, but technology simply can't be harnessed. Technology in terms of science and math will continue to grow unabated, and it's given us a higher quality of life. The union response to technology is, again, to have the workers who can manage that technology, even more, workers that can create that technology. Those are the jobs of the future. Those get the greatest value to an organization. And if unions represent those types of workers, they'll certainly maintain their employment. In essence, unions should create workers that are the best in their field, and then union workers will be the most in-demand resources within the organization. They do so by raising the knowledge and skills of their workers, by second, tempering their demands for rising pay and benefits, Third, by always working for what's best for the organization, not its members and certainly not management. The organization and its relevance and continued dominance in the industry, one has hoped, should be paramount. And lastly, promote technology along with the workers that can not only manage that technology, but create it. That will do best about creating jobs of the future and the unions that they represent. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the day.